Startup Weekend is the single largest starting point for new entrepreneurs around the world. A global grassroots movement of emerging entrepreneurs who are learning the basics of founding startups and launching successful ventures. A non-profit organization, Startup Weekend has the world's largest community of passionate entrepreneurs, with over 1,800 past events in 120 countries. Zimbabwe's first Startup Weekend was organized by Hypercube in conjunction with Mercy Corps, with sponsorships from local and global companies. Hypercube is Harare's new tech hub, a space for interested individuals to get together, drive technology forward, or learn more about it. This venue was a perfect fit for leading the first Startup Weekend in Harare, bringing together space and resources for participants to brainstorm and develop tech-enabled ideas in a challenging environment.
Okay, so my name is Moses Tamdilo. I'm a digital media professional in Harare. Today I'm probably going to talk about just how to make your first mistake, because that's, I feel, going to be the most important thing for all the participants. The sort of mentality that we're adopting when we're producing all this is that we have hashtag no limits to encapsulate the whole process of sort of trial by error. And over the next 40-something hours, as you lack sleep and you chuck down tons and tons of coffee, we expect to see tons and tons of mistakes as well.
But tonight, this is pretty much what's going to happen. We're going to go into a pitching process. From the pitching process, we're going to vote, and the top 10 teams will get selected.
Biocast. It's very simple. Pitch anything to anyone, anywhere.
I'm really fed up about the carnage on the road.
I'm a musician, a programmer, and just a general tinkerer.
Young people in Zimbabwe don't know where to go for information regarding starting a business or even maintaining it.
Anything to do with entertainment. What's happening in your hood?
Prior to the weekend, a preparatory boot camp took place for all registered participants to begin developing their ideas before the main event. Experts in business and intellectual property law discussed the advantages and disadvantages of collaborating on ideas in an open IP environment, such as Startup Weekend. They also gave general advice on taking risks and accepting setbacks in entrepreneurial endeavors.
A mobile game application which allows you to snatch jet bundles from other users.
You're going to get 4 voting tokens. You can vote for yourself, you can vote for someone else, you can vote for yourself and somebody else.
The weekend was designed to help foster the sharing of ideas and technologies that transcend Zimbabwe's economic challenges, and to create a platform for entrepreneurial development by getting youth plugged into networks of developers and tech entrepreneurs in other parts of Africa and beyond. All participants were welcome to pitch their startups and receive feedback from their peers. Teams then formed organically around the top voted ideas. The theme of Zimbabwe's inaugural Startup Weekend was No Limits, aimed at inspiring Zimbabweans to leverage the talent they have right here.
This is more of an outline for yourselves, for investors, for you to think through your business and your high-level model. All the team members and then their position, what they're going to focus on. So for you all, worry less about the titles and more about the functions. If you cannot articulate your problem you're trying to solve for in 1 or 2 sentences, it makes it really difficult for other people to understand your business. Some kind of flow of how you're going to make money in your business in a simple chart. One person doesn't pitch the company. Everyone should be able to pitch the company equally well. So what you start with, I promise you, will not be what you end up with. And that's okay, and that's how it should be. This could be calling them. This could be surveys on Facebook. This could be tweeting things out. Get feedback.
Leaders in the technology, business and startup communities were present to provide hands-on mentorship to help the teams develop their ideas throughout the weekend and guide them in ways to sustain their efforts after the event.
Okay, because that's kind of the beauty of startup, is that you've got now something to brings.
Our core parameters what? Province and by extension region? Yes. Because some provinces have different regions, right?
Yes. they're losing money because the medical aid used to pay out because the money wasn't covered. So if they can check and validate that the money is covered, and then they know the money will be there when they go there.
Participants got some comic relief from their work with a performance by local comedian Carl Joshua Ngube.
Welcome to the news at 8. My name is Hugo Rubatika.
You guys, the people want to give you money, and all they said when they got there was personally, originally, sexual. I mean, it's not, you're not gonna get money like that. Like, you need to understand your target audience. There's a lot of other things that would never work as well. Like, for instance, like Air Zimbabwe is back in the air. Let's give him a round of applause. Air Zimbabwe. We love Air Zimbabwe.
The teams worked tirelessly with guidance from their mentors to research and develop their startup ideas.
Just the whole thing, stand up, talk to it. You guys play the audience, listen to it, be ready with the demos, know when the demo is coming in, know what you're talking about. You need to practice it for at least half an hour.
Yeah. And I like what he said. Sometimes the value proposition is not necessarily money, it's this giving, the social giving back.
So locally, this is who we're dealing with. Yeah. Okay. Look at who else is doing something like this in the world. And also just think, as students, if someone was to try and market something to you, how do they market it?
Because you know more about the production planning stuff, so this is just an outline for you and the add-ons and everything.
That works.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say anything about the add-ons?
Well, you should actually say that first, because I'm going to talk about a revenue model and say this is what you're projecting within the next 6 months, but this is just the beginning.
The event was open to anyone with an innovative business idea and encouraged the participation of young people. Youth unemployment in Zimbabwe makes up 70% of the overall 80% unemployment rate. With time running out, the teams prepared their final presentations for a panel of judges made up of local business people and entrepreneurial leaders.
You have 5 minutes? Okay, don't mess it up.
Just 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes. Yeah.
Meet Fato. Fato is a 25-year-old entrepreneur. He's hailing from Bulawayo. Fato has access to indigenous merchandise. The dashboard basically links the producer to the transporters, links the producer to the buyers.
We have QR codes that are attached to combis that can be scanned by any user before he boards the combi or even while he's within one. And you get information about the vehicle, the vehicle's driver, his history.
We are going to be providing region-specific and product-specific agricultural information to each and every farmer that is going to register.
And it's going to be extendable. In other words, you'll be able to plug in perhaps a microphone to detect blowing, you'll be able to plug in pedals, get lights giving feedback. So it's not only a single product, it will in fact hopefully become a whole platform.
Partnership with the hubs, are you not competing in the same space? You're obviously having a smartphone app,
yes.
Google and Android.
Yes.
And how many of those 10,000 do you think right now have a smartphone?
I'm just worried that a lot of your work is going to be worrying about whether these guys can be trusted. How are they going to change their culture?
How do you ensure that you have the right service providers that provide the specific needs that particular customer is looking for?
After a 54-hour frenzy of business model creation, coding, designing, and market validation, the judges had the difficult task of picking the winning teams.
With some of these new product ideas or business ideas, the decision is finally made by the market.
Combi code.
And the second, money game. First place goes to Katamba Toys.
They won valuable prizes to help them grow their businesses online, including Google and Amazon Web Services, advisory services from Ernst & Young and Scanlon and Holderness, subscriptions to lynda.com and Mingle, and other business development opportunities. Whether entrepreneurs found partners, met new people in their field, or learned a skill far outside their usual 9 to 5, everyone left the event better prepared to navigate the chaotic but fun world of startups.